Hello dear viewers, I have but a simple question. Which pill would you rather take? You take the red pill and solve all of humanity's problems, from hunger, disease, brain rot, memes, all gone. Or you take the blue pill and get any anime waifu of your... What do you mean you want this one? I didn't even finish speaking. You don't even get the actual waifu, just the body pill. That doesn't change things. Well, okay, it's your choice. Oh my goodness gracious, that was a crazy dream, but that gives me an idea. Let's play some red pill, blue pill. I'm sure you've seen an image like this before where it's like, which pill are you choosing, the red pill or blue pill? And it's usually a really hard dilemma. Well, today we have a bunch of these that we're gonna answer, and I want you guys to play along with me. If any of these ruffle your feathers a bit, or if you want to answer them all, feel free to do so in the comments below. I'm actually curious to see what you guys would pick. Anyways, I feel like we have to get this started with the internet's biggest question the past few weeks. Blonde Blazer or Invisigal? Now, in my playthrough of Dispatch, I decided to choose the Invisigal route, and now that it's finished, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and say Invisigal was the best choice. Don't get me wrong, Blonde Blazer is still a great choice. She beat the traitor allegation, she never hurts Robert in the first place, and she's a way better person overall. Things were not looking great for Invisigal after episode 6. She almost got chase packed up and eventually was a traitor, but hear me out, she loved Robert more. Here's the thing, Blonde Blazer doesn't really care if you don't choose her, but if you choose Blonde Blazer, Invisigal is the one who's jealous. If you trust her till the very end, she will even take a bullet for you. I understand she put the bomb on Mecha Man, but Homegirl was just trying to breathe. So yeah, I'm sticking with the red pill here. I will defend Invisigal until the very end. I don't blame you for choosing Blonde Blazer, but you know what team I'm on. This one's pretty interesting. Become any character of your choosing or have any item of your choosing. I feel like most people are just gonna choose a character that has an item that they want, but I feel like it's not as simple as that. Think about it. You have to wake up as an entirely new person or being or character or whatever. What happens to your old self and everyone that knows you? Like, do you just disappear? Me personally, I'm gonna just stick with the item. Give me Ben 10's Omnitrix. You get any kind of power or ability you could possibly need. I'm telling you, there's an alien for any situation, like flight, super speed, super strength, intelligence, or just get Alien X and do anything. And it's something a regular human could actually use too. It's not like I'm picking the most ridiculously broken power no mere mortal could possibly wield. I already had this. By the way, speaking of really cool items and objects that a lot of people might want, check these out. That's right, huge thank you to Warby Parker for being the sponsor of today's video and sending me some of their eyewear. I actually got to go through their website and choose the ones I wanted, so I rolled with these jet black and polished gold Baird frames. They go with literally everything. I don't know about y'all, but I think they look pretty clean. I was also able to try them on virtually on their website, so they came exactly as I expected. Everything down to the eye cloth is looking smooth. It even has the entire brand's history on it. If you want to cop a pair for yourself, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in my description or check out the full Warby Parker website. I'm telling you, they got something for just about everyone. You can get prescription lens, blue light lens, reading glasses, sunglasses, and plenty of other styles. It was honestly hard to choose these. Every order has free shipping, and if you're not satisfied with the glasses, you get a free 30-day return as well. And get this is my favorite part. They have a buy a pair, give a pair program where every purchase helps someone in need get vision care. Not only are you getting some cool glasses, you're also doing a good deed. So again, if you're in the market for some eyewear, why not check out Warby Parker to see if they got what you need. Anyways, let's get on to this next question here. Become a Pokemon NPC or become the leader of a Pokemon villain team? Oh my goodness gracious, is this a lose-lose situation? I don't want to do either. On one hand, we have the NPCs that are cursed to be stuck in one location for eternity. If you're lucky, you get to walk around in a circle. All you can do is stand there and wait for the main character to cross your path to get one battle, one sense of joy in your entire existence, and once that's over, you're still stuck standing there forever. But then we have the villain team leaders who have much more exciting life stats for sure, but they're just doomed to have the worst fates ever. I'm not trying to get dragged to the distortion world by Giratina or get smited by Groudon versus Kyogre or something. But again, back to the NPCs. That's basically the equivalent of being stuck in space floating around forever. So I guess I'll take the villainy route. Let's give me the red pill. I say that as if this guy isn't basically cursed with immortality, but you know, there's other options. Live in DC's Gotham City or Marvel's New York City. This one is very easy for me. Off first glance, you would think Gotham City is much worse. For the most part, it kind of is. I mean, the villains are much more sinister. The quality of life is probably a lot worse than Marvel's New York, but if you really think about it, which city is getting destroyed way more often? New York getting completely obliterated is like a regular event in the Marvel universe. Can you imagine the amount of times you might need to buy a new car or completely rebuild your home? You know those memes where it's like when Hulk throws your car and completely misses? That's another regular Tuesday for New Yorkers and Marvel. Give me Gotham City. As long as it's not absolute Gotham City, that is. There is some downsides to Gotham, such as 1, the villains are way more evil, and there's only one protector, or sometimes there's Robin, Red Hood, Catwoman, and all that, but for the most part, it's usually just Batman. I'm gonna take my chances, though. I'll take the street-level conflicts over a regular superhero war zone every other week. Another location-based question. We have live in Derry from the It series, or live in Hawkins from Stranger Things. If we were talking seasons 1 to 3 of Stranger Things, this would be the easiest question so far. I mean, hardly anyone knew about all the creatures and the upside down shenanigans. But as we see in season 4, things are a lot different now. The upside down is bleeding and ripping into reality. I'm gonna have to go live with the Big P down in Derry. Yes, I do know he doesn't just eat kids. He has a very wide palate, but he does come every 27 years. All I have to do is hope he doesn't choose me within those 27 years. As a grown man who doesn't get as easily scared of things like a child, with the exception of reptiles, I feel like there's a lot more people that are higher up on the menu than myself. It might get to me eventually, but you know what? I like my chances better. I'm telling y'all, Hawkins is about to go absolutely ballistic in season 5. There's Demogorgons flying around, jumping at the soldiers in the trailer. I'm good off that. This man Vecna looking like a firebender too? Yeah, I'm good. Next up, we have marry any anime character or become a Saiyan in real life. This one's easy. I'm marrying an anime character. Not because I'm a freak, but imagine being a Saiyan. The grocery bill would be diabolical. What's gonna happen if you get that heart virus Goku got? They don't got medicine for that. I mean, who's someone gonna save you from the future? We're talking about the real issues here. It would be interesting to see how you could level up with the Zenkai boost though. You'd eventually run out of humans to spar with, but you can move on to the animal kingdom. Imagine fighting elephants to grow stronger. But yeah, I'm gonna marry me an anime character, and it's gonna be one of these characters on the screen. That was weird. Let me not laugh like that again. Here's a good one. Have a random One Piece devil fruit or a random quirk from My Hero Academia. Let's sit down and really think about this. Which power system is more likely to give me a good power? When it comes to One Piece devil fruits, there really isn't too many that are absolutely horrible that would genuinely ruin your life. For example, if I end up with any Logia, I'm extremely happy. Any zone type, I'm pretty happy. The only one I really wouldn't want is the Jacket fruit. Then there's My Hero Academia. If I got to choose any quirk or any devil fruit, I would easily go with the quirks, because some of the best ones are some of the best powers you can honestly get. Look at someone like Stars and Stripes. That is literally reality warping to a certain extent. But then there's the bad quirks, which are honestly pretty common in My Hero Academia. You got guys with spray bottles for a head. He's the poster boy of these. Look at Deku's original classmates. These guys are freaks. You're probably gonna end up with one of these than a really good quirk. Honestly, a lot of quirks are just mid superpowers that people work really hard to make look really good. Take Lemillion, for example. With most devil fruits, you can eat it and instantly get a useful ability. The only downside is that they taste gross and you can't swim, but I can't swim anyways. Speaking of One Piece, here's the next red pill, blue pill. You can never see One Piece's ending, or only you can see One Piece's ending. How selfish do you have to be to choose that red pill? Make sure no one in the world can see the ending but yourself? This is the type of greed they talk about in the Bible. Of course I'm gonna sacrifice and take one for the team. If I didn't, I'd probably get jumped by every One Piece fan. I'm not making that. I assume there's ways I could try and piece it together too, right? Like someone could play charades with me or describe it very terribly in a way where I can put the pieces together. All right, $30 million or 30 million loyal friends? I feel like this one is just so easy. Can't I just ask like a million of those 30 million friends for $1 and then I'm a millionaire? I mean, I'm sure they got $1 to spare, right? That is legitimately an army right there. I mean, they could do so much more with 30 million people than $30 million. What are the odds some of them are rich too or have crazy resources? You don't know. 30 million is a whole lot of people. You could literally just break YouTube and make a bunch of channels with 30 million subscribers. Imagine the amount of plaques that would have to make for you. Be forced to eat 300 lima beans or become a tripod fish? I'm sorry, what is a tripod fish? Is that supposed to be a good fish or something? I don't think there's any fish I would want to transform into. I guess I'm eating 300 lima beans. Next one up, be unable to speak or say everything that you think. Oh my goodness. So either you lose your main form of communication or everyone around you just instantly hates you. Unless you're some kind of pure-hearted individual with zero intrusive thoughts whatsoever. Okay, let me stop talking because that doesn't exist. Yeah, this one's easy. Give me the blue pill. I am not speaking ever again because intrusive thoughts will genuinely get you arrested. The fact that you have to say every thought you have just brings more intrusive thoughts too. At least with the no speaking, I have other ways to communicate. All right, we're gonna finish this off with one final round here. Let's see what's up with this one. Be a part of the Rumbling, Eclipse, Shibuya incident, and a Judge Holden party, or subscribe to Inferno J. Oh, come on. This one has to be easy.